and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
there's a light right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. We're so glad to be connecting with all of you and answering your questions. So excited to be here with all of you. Sorry we didn't see you last Wednesday. So yes, you got to hear a replay of one of our shows. We don't miss you often, but I'm so glad to be back with all of you. And we've got our Thanksgiving holidays coming up. I'm sure everybody is getting ready for their Turkey Day. But there's a lot going on, isn't there? I mean, have you checked out what's going on? It's crazy. And all of us, I think, are starting to feel it. Plus, we have our own ways of dealing with life, our own ways of dealing with problems. We have our own stuff going on. So some of you may be feeling very overwhelmed, like you don't know what to do next, and you're being hit from all angles. There's a lot to digest in today's world. And maybe you've got some work responsibilities that are a bit much. I know some of you have sent me some messages that work has been a little crazy for you, and you're doing your best because Lord knows you want to shine like a star, because suddenly everybody's worried about their jobs and they're worried about what's coming next. We just don't know what's going to happen. But we have to take a breath. We can't plan for everything. And you know God laughs at he who makes a plan. I've made a plan or two in my time, and some of them didn't quite play out the way I wanted them to, but it was a good idea when it started, and then it went south. It went to be too much of a idea. It just took a life of its own, and it really didn't know when to stop, and things kind of went crazy. We've all been in that moment, right? We've all been in that feeling of things are looking good, we're so excited, we've got a plan, and you're skipping down the path, and you're like, yes, I'm so excited, this is what I'm going to do. And then you get down the path, and things look like they're looking good, and all of a sudden, bam, one thing after another. Oh, and speaking of one thing after another, it's Mercury retrograde. Yeah, we're so excited about that, right? Because that means that's when things get a little crisscross, wires, communication, contracts. Those of you wanting to buy a car, please don't buy your car in November. It's just not a good time. And to my car dealers and car salesmen who are my clients, forgive me. But it's not the best time to sign a contract because things get crisscrossed. But many of us we're at the bottom. We've done everything we can. We've stretched our finances as far as we can stretch them. We've changed what we buy in the shopping, right? We don't buy clothes right now. We're buying the very basics. We're not going out to dinner. We're not really having people over and living life the way we used to because we want to be restricted and we're afraid and we don't know what's going to happen next. So we're trying to watch our P's and Q's, watch our pennies, which now they're not making anymore. So I guess we're not going to know how to watch our pennies because they're going to be gone. So what happens when everything starts to feel, crazy? That's the only word I could come up with. That feeling of we don't have enough connections in ourselves, connections in what we're doing. We don't know what the next step is because we're not connected. We're desensitized by so many things that have been going on. And in this desensitization, it's been overwhelming for all of us to really understand that we have to put one foot in front of the other, and we can't get overwhelmed, but everything around us is overwhelming. And in the overwhelmment that's surrounding us, we feel like we're drowning. And many of you have called me and said, I'm going to drown. I am losing it. I am completely out of my mind, and I need help. So those of you who are feeling that way, I can assure you that there are other people feeling that way. There are other people who are going through similar things. Maybe not the same exact story, because we each have our own unique plan and we each have our own unique experience. I was talking to a woman earlier today, and we were talking about money and finance, and she was a lovely woman that I was able to connect with, and she was talking about how she feels overwhelmed in her finances, and some people were sharing with her that they thought she should take legal matters into her own hands and maybe try to go the bankruptcy route. And what did I think of that, and what did Spirit want her to do with that? And sometimes we have ourselves in a place where we don't have options. We have to take the step that's in front of us. And that may be scary to a lot of us. It may be scary if you're sitting there and you're listening to the show and you don't have a job, or your money's not doing well in the investments you have, or you were supposed to get a raise and now they're not going to give the raise because the company's not doing well. Or now an unexpected expense has come up and you weren't expecting to have a medical bill or some type of expense that is draining you. Or there could be family matters. Now there's a health crisis that's going on somewhere in the family, and everyone's trying to figure out, what do we do? How do we solve it? How do we make it comfortable for whomever's ill and everyone take a turn when we're all stretched to the max? This is what I mean by overwhelmed. And then there's the emotions. It's emotionally heavy out there. You can feel it. You could feel the energy. It is palpable. There is a sense of people not feeling that good intention, feeling that something good is coming. It's almost like we've become disheartened, is the word Spirit gives me. But you can't let that get to you. I know it gets to us, and we've all had that, right? The experience plays out in different ways for all of us, and sometimes we find that we don't know where we're going to move and go and shake and change, but we just know we need a change. And it's the period of time before we get to the change that is so uncomfortable that we don't know if we can make it until the change comes. But if I could share with all of you to just remember to tell yourself, this too shall pass. Peace be still. When you say the words peace be still, you activate the peace and the harmony and the energy of the divine, and that beautiful energy that transforms you to this oneness, this serenity, this almost divine connection that is flowing through your veins, and you suddenly become aware of it when you say, peace be still. It's a feeling that can take you through the dark times. Your mind is racing, you're laying in bed, you don't know what's going to happen next, and you're trying to figure it out, and it's like a puzzle, and your mind is going. And the pieces are moving around, and you just can't seem to find a solution, right? But you then come up with all these other problems that could come, so now we, of course, can't find a solution, and you're not sleeping. So when you're in that state, if you could just breathe and remind yourself that you're safe, and say these words, this too shall pass, peace be still. This too shall pass, peace be still. When we say this too shall pass, peace be still, we activate a power that is designed to bring you to center so that your mind can rest. And tell yourself, I'm one with the divine universal flow. Therefore, I'm in rhythm with all that is perfect and good. You're in rhythm with all that's perfect and good. That's what we want to focus on. I am one with the divine universal flow. Everything is in divine order. Therefore, I release my need to control this outcome. An opportunity, a solution will present itself, and I trust that this will come expeditiously because I'm in the rhythm and the flow of the universe, and everything in the universe is in divine order. Therefore, I am in divine order. I am in divine connection. I'm in divine communion with God. Can you imagine how fabulous that is for you? To just open your mouth, open your thoughts, open your energy, so that you could shift your own consciousness without even knowing what is going to happen that is going to solve said problem, said situation, obstacle. Breathe, my friends. This world is getting ready to make a major shift. So from an anxiety meter, we might be just getting started. Because all the changes in the world are going to impact people in different ways. This is not a fear statement. This is just when I look ahead to 2026. The whole environment, the whole frequency of humanity is placed in such a way that it's here to shift itself for the best and highest good of humanity. But you know humanity, you know us, we little people. Some of us are going to come kicking and screaming, so this is going to create conflict, a disconnect, much of which we've experienced since 2020. But this has all set the stage for all of us to, rather than pay attention to what is going on outwardly, it has set the stage for you to go inward. It has set the stage for you to ask yourself, what is my role? What is my part? And how do I come out of this story of humanity, fulfilling my purpose, claiming my birthright of abundance, being in the energy of light and love, creating connections with like-minded people and loving relationships? And how do I, the human being, watching things unfold in the world, how do I look out in this world and send love and light without being a part of the problem? I know you have your opinion on what's going on in the world. And I know we all want to be heard in our viewpoints. But can we all just, for the next few weeks, stop focusing on all the things that are wrong and see the world as you envision it to be? And your vision may not be the vision of someone else, but your vision is the vision that you could see light and love and peace and harmony and things being abundant and people feeling like they feel financially safe, emotionally safe. There's a lot of fear in the energy. And this fear is designed to lower your vibration. There is a battle between dark and light. This is not a now battle. This was never a now battle. This is a centuries age-old battle. And what side do you want to be on? I'm not talking politically. Do you want to be in the vibration of light and finding some happiness and peace be still and knowing that this too shall pass and that all will be well? Do you want to be in that frequency? Or are you hanging on to a story because you're just so used to being in fight or flight, fear, and lack, that now it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy? It doesn't have to be that way. It is really an important time for you to decide how you want to close 2025, what you're grateful for this Thanksgiving. So maybe you're not going to cook all the things you usually cook. There's such a thing as gluttony. Maybe we don't need all that. Maybe just the simple things of everyone healthy around the table is what we want to focus on. Maybe we need to shut out the chatter, right? If you scroll through one reel on Instagram, someone's telling you about parasites, somebody else is telling you there's a conspiracy, somebody else is telling you that the food pyramid is no longer valid and it was all part of some story. Then you stream through something else and somebody else is telling you that, if you go outside and you look at the sky, there's chemtrails, and now we're looking at the food and there's dyes in the food and the food isn't good for you. And there may be truth in much of what I just said, but you can make yourself crazy. Everything is coming into your energy. And if you're feeling out of sorts, you have to ask yourself, what is coming into my energy that is not in alignment with who I am, that is not of the light? And you need to cut it, and cut it fast. Because as things ramp up in this 2025 into 2026, you're going to need to be able to say, peace be still. This too shall pass. You're going to need to be able to center yourself. There's a lot of overwhelmed people. And a lot of people just running and grabbing and doing the best they can, just trying to survive, as if everything they think they know is coming to a close. But the one thing that nature teaches us, the one thing the planet has shown us, is that everything's always changing and is in a state of change. The leaves, they have turned color and they're getting ready to fall. And they fall off the tree, and for a moment the tree looks dead. But is the tree dead? No, it is recalibrating itself. It's on a rest. This is a time of rest. This is a time of centeredness. This is a time for you to rebirth yourself and choose a different way. Stop trying to follow the same patterns of before. They are no longer applicable. The patterns of the past do not apply now because everything has shifted. And you need to shift your consciousness. You need to shift your perspective. You need to look at what can you do differently so that life will move forward. It is a powerful time for all of us. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I get it. And it can grab us all in an instant, just like that. If you're losing sleep, I get it. But let's try to put the phone down. Let's try to meditate before we sleep. Let's apply. Peace be still. This too shall pass. Apply that to yourself before you sleep. When you wake up and speak of things that you're looking forward to in gratitude. And it's a new day with new opportunities, and that the universe will shower you with something magnificent. And something fabulous may present itself that will deliver you from whatever your trial or tribulation may be. But if all you see is a trial and tribulation, then we create more trial and tribulation. We dig ourselves into the hole deeper. which for many of us is, well, how we got ourselves into this mess, is it not? Maybe we should have changed something. Maybe we should have shifted. We didn't listen to the inner voice. The universe has been preparing us and prompting us, and maybe we just didn't hear the message. There's no judgment. There's no sense from God that's going to punish you now because you didn't get the first few messages. There's just a sense of, we can do this. We can do this together with the energy of light, with the energy of love, with the energy of compassion and kindness and forgiveness for ourselves. Forgive yourself. Why are you all your worst critics? Why do you put yourself in that sense of criticism? So you made a mistake. You put your shoes on one foot at a time, right? Just like me, just like everybody. So we all make mistakes. And maybe all of us are going through something that is not comfortable for us. And we need to shake it off. And we need to look and say, what does this new year coming, what does this close of this year mean to me? And make a choice. And whatever you cannot figure out, give it to your angels. Surrender it. And the answers will come. And the sense of overwhelmment, it'll begin to disappear. And you'll get your power back. Because love is always the answer. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go on the phone lines at 866-972-7247. We're going to go on Facebook and YouTube and answer questions there. So go to Sarah Spiritual, the Facebook page, the YouTube page, and hey, follow my Instagram page. Love to have you follow me on Instagram on Sarah Spiritual. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
That shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WQAM 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the true oldies channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Inside of me, oh, there's a a light. Oh, there's a light that shines inside of you. There's a light in me and you.
There's a light, there's a light, there's a light right here. Good to have you joining us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. If I sound a little hoarse, it's because a horse is a horse, of course. And yeah, some little bug got me last week, so it's been fun. But I didn't let it overwhelm me. I got readings to do. I got people to talk to. We just plowed right through it all. So sometimes when you're overwhelmed, I wasn't overwhelmed, but sometimes when something presents itself, you have to just push right through and know that somehow you're going to get to the other side and everything's going to be all right. Because in the end, it's always working out. So we're going to go to our phone lines and we're welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. And I've got to go to Miami. I've got Amanda on the line. And I feel like Amanda's feeling overwhelmed and overstimulated, and poor girl doesn't know what to do. That's just the feeling I get before we get to Amanda. So let's take a look. Amanda, how are you? Amanda
just as
in Miami?
expected, and as you said.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Trying to find humor in it, but...
I couldn't hear you, Amanda. Could you repeat that?
No, just as expected, and as you said, I was just trying to bring a little bit of humor because you nailed it on the head.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time. So, Amanda, where are you in your crossroad here tonight?
That's why I seek to you. I feel like the crossroads coming to an end, and I'd like to see or maybe get a message where this project will come to an end.
Well, this is a matter of perseverance, right? It's almost like the person who could hang out the last is the one who's going to win, right? So you're going to have to persevere for a while and wait for another opportunity and just play the game. And then when the day comes that you can't play the game anymore, which could be during this Mercury retrograde. So, Amanda, I'm going to also tell you that in the 8 o'clock hour, we have our friend Stacy Holler, who's going to be on. And she's going to be sharing with us all the information for the signs. You want to hear what these planets and the retrograde and full moon and all of this energy has to do for you, so you can capitalize on that energy. When I look in February of next year, and I know you've got some deadlines, you've got some things you're working on, I don't see you there February. I just don't. So it's just a matter of working your project, and when the project is done and you've done all you can for the project, letting the project go. That's the message.
Do you think that there's a decision made if the project is a go or no go?
You mean the additional project that we were looking to take on?
Yes.
You're still in the running. It's just all the residue of the past project, is bleeding over into you going on and handling another project as well. And so, this is where things are a little bit in the gray area because it's up to the decisions of people. And the decision has not officially been made from what I can see as of today. But I feel like
Fair.
the decision will be made, should be made before the Thanksgiving break.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. And that aligns with Mercury retrograde, so I will keep on keeping on as much as possible. And I think your intro was very inspiring, and it spoke volumes to my situation and my sentiments. So I thank you for that. It also lifted me up because better things are going to come, just with a little bit of patience and peace and believing in oneself. And I think that's just going to come through as I persevere, as you said, along.
Right.
So I thank you for that. And I thank you for everything else you've done for me. So
you're welcome.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
It's my pleasure. And remember, this too shall pass. Right? None of these trials and tribulations last forever. And and I have some clients and I have some people online too, on Facebook, because I can see who's on Facebook. And I have a couple of people on Facebook in particular that I'm looking at, and I know their trial and tribulation has been years. And they're like, all right, Sarah, that might sound good for someone else, but, they're stuck in the mud. But this too shall pass.
Yeah.
There's always a cycle. There's always a end to everything. Things have, spiritually speaking, things have 7-year cycles, 9-year cycles, 3-year cycles, for reasons that are a deal of our soul, a contract that we have made for things that are beyond what we can see or know, because it's God's plan and we're not always privy to all the ins and outs of God's plans. But this is just a situation. This is a hostile environment of chaos and people and personalities and egos, and these projects are important and everybody wants to look important and everyone wants to act like they're in charge and they've got a role, and they don't care who gets swept up in the momentum of them looking busy. I see for you where you are, and I see this in a lot of people, that when we look at our workplaces, because I do a lot of funny, since I'm out of corporate America, I can laugh now, although I feel I had some great experiences. But, I know some of the times when people are busy, looking busy and acting busy, and I'm like, oh, good God, get over yourselves. But I do a lot of these fun conversations with some of my friends, and some of my personal friends and some of my Facebook friends. We'll send each other different things on Facebook, like, oh, this is so funny, what this work environment's like, right? And it's somebody just preparing themselves to get to work, and the pep talk they have to do, and the conversation they have, and there's these funny reels that people put together. And your place where your projects are is speaking volumes of what the workplace has become. That all of these projects and all of these things that all of us have been a part of, everybody's gotten a little too big for their britches. And it's about looking busy, but, nobody's ever really that busy. My person who works our media, Tony, who does a lot of the back end and does a lot of the emails, when he worked for IBM, I was like, you're always in a meeting. When are you ever working? Right? I don't even know when you all have time to do your job, because everybody's having a meeting to talk about the project. But if people just stop talking about the project, we could finish the gosh darn project. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I want you to focus on what you're doing. I want you to be visualize the shift of the next project that's coming. See it coming for your best and highest good, and tell yourself anything that is dissatisfactory, this too shall pass. And the universe will answer you. And I say this to you, Amanda, and everyone else listening who's in a little bit of a snicklefrit of a mess where they are.
received. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
that confirmation. And again, your intro was amazing. And I will be in touch with you.
All right, Amanda. God bless you. Bye for now.
You too. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. 866-972-7247. Now, I'm going to go to Pembroke Pines. I'm hoping that this person is $500 richer because I've got Denise on the line. Denise, tell me, are you $500 richer
No, I
as
did
of the
not.
other day?
No. No.
Oh, my goodness.
Nope.
Okay. Next
No,
time.
because you know why? When I went to the station, the manager said to me, "Why do you play cash 3? Why don't you play 4? Because it pays more money." So what I did was I have been playing cash 3, and then the number came out the other night, and so I didn't get it.
Oh, I know. Well, I know they've tried to say that to me too. Like, why are you doing this? But because it works for me, dude. Don't knock what's working. Well, listen, I know another number's
That's
going to
it.
come for you, Denise, and we know that you've got a birthday coming up this week, so happy birthday. Very
Thank you.
glad to see that this year is going to bring about some positive change for you, this birthday year, and really is going to ask you to kind of decide what you want to let go of, what changes you want to make, particularly in regard to your work and how you work and what you do for work. So I know that you have certain tasks and roles that you do, but you may want to start to hand over some of the reins a little bit more and be a little more consultative and grow that way your business rather than, it's time for you to start to take a step back, Denise. Does that make sense to you?
Well, this conversation was had yesterday and on Monday. So, yeah, I said I told, we have a new person that's been there for a few months now, and I told her yesterday there were certain things that I cannot give up, but there are things, yes, I am willing to give up. I'm getting tired.
Good.
So
And
I'm
that's
getting
what the
tired of the
universe wants you to let go
repetitiveness
of.
of the same thing over and over again. But there's a lot of changes, and we talked about this before. You said there were changes on my son's side and my side because we're right
Correct.
next door to each other. And yes, there are a lot of changes. There's more growth that's going to happen that we're foreseeing. And, I hope you see that too.
I do. I see change. I really feel that 2026, particularly February, gives you time to get things implemented and really going. And a lot of positive things are going to come for you. So I want you to just trust the process. Your son is stepping into the role nicely, and he's doing a good job, and that's important that your son's doing such a good job.
Yes. I have one question for you, which
Yes.
really is weighing heavy on me. I don't know what's wrong with my daughter, but it is my birthday this weekend, and it's a big one. And apparently she's not coming, and I don't know what her issue is. I don't know if you see anything. God, she is like stubborn, thick, some of my personality. So I don't know.
Well-
I don't know what's going on with her.
Well, she's not coming.
Okay.
So it's, Denise, maybe she has an idea of how she wants to celebrate your birthday, and maybe it's not going to fall in the timeline that you want it to, on the particular day, because you are fortunate enough for it to fall on a weekend. But I don't think she's brushing it off or dismissing it. I don't get that. So
Okay.
it's your
I hope
day.
not.
We don't live in the land of hope. Let's review birthdays. Because I think everybody listening has had a birthday where we counted on someone else to make our day be something, and it ended up being nothing. Okay? So
Yeah, I hear
it's your
ya.
day. Go plan your day. Go get a pedicure, go get a manicure, go buy yourself something, go to lunch with somebody, you'd be like, oh, yes, I know, but I want it to be my daughter. And well, if they're not showing up the way you want it to be, you make it the way you're going to remember that this is the day that you celebrated the beginning of your physical reincarnation, your soul contract on this earth to be who you've come to be. And who cares what everybody else is doing? It's your day.
Okay. No, I mean, everybody's coming except her, so,
Okay.
you know, it's unfortunate, but she's got her reasons, so whatever it is.
Whatever it is. And, don't be disappointed. Perhaps she has something in mind to make it up to you. We're not creating an expectation. I'm just saying your daughter is very sensitive. She is stubborn, but she's very sensitive. And, the two of you don't always mix well together because you can be similar and bug each other. So I know she's not doing this to make you feel bad on your day. She has a reason. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit, and it'll play out the way it needs to play out.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Denise. Have a great birthday. Bye for now.
Thank you. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Goodness gracious. Can you believe it,
Bye-bye.
everyone?
Yeah.
It is almost Thanksgiving, right? I can't believe it. It is crazy that here we are. One day it was November 1st, and now we're in the middle of November. It's just going. Time is just going. So what are you doing? What did you do today that you did for yourself? What did you do today to center yourself? How did you tap into your energy and decide, hey, this is who I am. This is how I'm enjoying my day. This is what I'm grateful for. What did you do? Right? Did you bond with one of your pets? Did you get to talk to your family members? What did you do today that made you feel good? Made you feel special? Made this day have value and meaning beyond the everyday frick-frack rigmarole that we all go through to just get through the day? What did you do? Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to get back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We are welcoming your phone calls here, and in the 8 o'clock hour, we have my dear friend Stacy Holler, who's going to be here to answer our questions on this astrology, because I think it's going to get a little nutty before it gets better. We've got 5 planets retrograde. So if you don't know what that means, she's going to educate us, and she's going to tell us how it's going to impact all of you. So that'll be at 8 o'clock. So stay with us. We'll be right back to answer your calls and your Facebook questions. Be back in a second.
Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters they
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
To be a part of your soul's story, and we welcome you here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And if this is your first time tuning in because you're cruising down the highway, listening to us on 95.3 or 95.9 or 96.9 or 106.9 or 104.3 or 104.7 HD3 or 103.7 HD3, that's a mouthful. You're hearing us on any of those stations. And guess what? We're glad you joined us. This is the place where people call in 6:30 to 9 p.m. every Wednesday night. And we answer questions about life. What's happening? What does the guidance of the guides and the angels and spirit have for you? How can we enlighten you and assist you on the path? I had to check my numbers. This is our 790th live radio show. We have been talking to all of you since 2009, and when we count our shows, we don't count our replays, we only count live shows. So if you throw in a few replays, a few a year, we have aired well over 800 and something shows. Because we've been with you for 16 and a half years. Matter of fact, this is, today is actually our half-year mark of 16 and a half. So we are so glad to be here with all of you. So excited to connect with you and to make connections with your guides and your angels and your loved ones too when they come through for us. We're so honored that you share this show with other people. You tell your friends, hey, tune in on Wednesday, call in. You can get some guidance. Sometimes people call my center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. And they call the center and they're like, is Sarah on tonight? And, someone called in today. She said she might have a question. So we'll see if she's one of the people who are on my phone lines on hold tonight. So, people call, they ask questions. I sit with people in my center in West Palm Beach. I sure would love to have you visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm, where we can have a one-on-one session, just you and I, answer our questions, spend 30 minutes together. But at that shop, you can find everything you need for your metaphysical journey or your spiritual enlightenment path, the things that are important for you. These are the times that we need to look at what we need to help ourselves on the path. Because yes, there is a lot coming at us. And so it's a time to stay spiritually grounded, to work with crystals, to work with incense, to wear our crystal bracelets, to read a book, to use a mist to diffuse the energy and shift our consciousness. Sometimes take a spiritual bath and clear your auric field at the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard. That's where I'd love to see you. So we're going to go and check on our friends in Facebook in just a minute. But first, I want to go to Hollandale. I have to go to Hollandale because we've got Joey in Hollandale. Joey, how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you, Joey. Thank you so much.
Okay, good, because I'm using my headphones. First of all, I want to thank you because I hope that you got my box with my most beautiful and treasured Manifest a Miracle Oil perfume, and I hope that you loved it.
I absolutely do, and I will share with you, Joey, if I may, that bottle sits on the table where I do my readings. It sits right next to me for everyone to see.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Let me ask you, did you get a little Cuban coffee spill on your desk?
No, I did not. No.
If you do, it's because it's my dad giving you a blessing. That's what he said.
Oh,
right?
Okay. Well,
so
hopefully I don't spill anything on my table, Joey, because then I'm going to be spilling it all over my cards. But yes, I understand.
Okay. So anyhow, there's a lot going on, and today I said, okay, let me just surrender, because sometimes I want things to go the way that I want it to. But I said, let me call Sarah Spiritual so I can get grounded. I know that there's a lot of things that are going to come up in my life, and it's the anticipation that I want it to happen today, but then sometimes it doesn't happen today. And I see what you were saying a lot at the beginning. It's kind of tough, and I go, okay, show me the money. I have been playing with credit while I'm waiting for the money to show up. So that's the only thing that worried me today. And I would say that was just a surrender. But that's the only question that I go, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to have a good answer for me. I want to manifest a miracle. I'm using my oil, but
correct. But I can share with you that
Spirit has.
Yeah. So what I see from Spirit is, credit is there and is available for all of us to use. But then, of course, we go to what's written, and it says neither a lender nor a borrower be. So we do have to tread carefully there. But it is a necessary tool so that when you are in this energy of you want to create something but you don't have the abundance, you're running a business, and sometimes business people have to spend money that they don't necessarily have to create the business, to create the momentum. So you tell Spirit that with everything that I place on this card for this purpose, for the best and highest good of all, replace it to me tenfold so that I may pay it. And it will come.
All right.
Very pure and simple.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because I kept, the message that I got in my head was, don't worry, the universe is going to match everything that you need. And I even wrote an affirmation thanking them that they're taking care of my debts and everything that I need to be. And I realized that I can't be counting every penny. I just need to realize that everything is just flowing. And to be honest, I just hate to be saying, well, I don't really feel like I need to be saying to the universe now, oh, I doubt it. I don't think I'm going to have it, or I can't go to this restaurant right now, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. No, I got to be careful, but I'm really
I'm
feeling
going to say
like
this to you, Joey. We're in an environment of lack. And as I said in the monologue, there's a lot going on, and things, have gotten a little more expensive. So we have to be wise.
Yes.
But when it comes to business and things you need to do to further your business, because it'll open up an additional stream of revenue, then yes, we use our credit card. Now, in talking to someone else who's listening, if I may, if you only have a 9 to 5 and you only get so much money a week, then you have to look at your, available extra money to pay down that card, or at least pay the minimum payment plus a little more to get yourself through if you have to put something on a card, right? So we have to look at what we have, what we factually know is coming in, and then we behave responsibly and ask the universe to bring us additional abundance so that we can pay it off quickly, so that it can be easier, so that we don't have to use the card in the future because we have more available cash, right? And this is how you and others can do that, right? Because I can say to you, and there are other people listening, so I want to be clear. I could say to you, well, Joey, you're opening up a stream of revenue, so yes, you can ask the universe to match that and flow. But if somebody else doesn't have another flow, and they're not doing anything else to invite money in, then they could find themselves jammed up with a credit card. See, that's the very fine line that we are all kind of walking when we use those things.
Yeah, I totally understand. I'm a master, though. I mean, I am a master. I got to say, I am a master at handling credit, because I used to be the credit manager at Turnberry Resort. And so it kind of makes me... It makes me uncomfortable,
how else
but
can I ground
you know what I'm saying? I want to get out of it.
Correct. So how else can I ground you? What is your follow-up question for me?
My other question was, I've been listening very carefully to my own guides, and like when I ask Metatron, he'll answer me. Melchizedek, he'll answer me, and what I've been doing lately, that you always point out, your spirit or mine, I've been really clearing the house of everything. I don't think I have anything left that reminds me of anything miserable, no melancholy, anything that brought me sadness, anger, whatever. I got rid of it.
Beautiful.
And everything is new.
And that's good, because that opens up a new pathway of energy, Joey. And by opening up a new pathway of energy, we allow things to flow. All right? And your guides, Melchizedek and Archangel Metatron, they are with you. They are working with you directly. Those who are listening, Archangel Metatron is an archangel that not many people talk about, but he's a very powerful angel. Melchizedek is an ascended master, and I know you work with many masters. What they're telling me to tell you to do before you and I close this conversation, they want me to tell you this. And you may come and tell me that you're doing it already, and that's not the response that they want.
Okay.
Are you ready? They want you to every day meticulously sit down and journal for 30 minutes, and they will take you step by step as to what you need to do in the next 3 months to get where you want to go. So you might say, oh, yes, I'm journaling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, 30 minutes every day as a discipline, so that they can channel through you everything you need to do for the next 3 months will be spelled out to you, and there will be no wiggle, there'll be no wobble. You'll know exactly what you need to do, and everything will begin to unfold as it should in due time. And this will keep your mind on the right path, so you stay out of the land of doubt.
All right.
All right, Joey. Thank you so much for your call.
Sense.
And thank you for sending me your fabulous oil.
Can I ask?
Thank you so much. All right.
All right. Let me ask you. I record. One little thing. I think it's okay. I record my journals nowadays. I don't really write them.
No,
Is that
they
okay?
want you to. No, they want you to write it.
Okay.
It's a discipline.
Right. For 30 days, 90 days.
30 minutes every day.
I'll re-listen to the recording.
They want you to do. They want you
Okay.
to handwrite it. There's something about the flow of a
Okay.
pen on a paper, and they really would prefer you try
the
to
re-
do it in script, so that you're in the flow, even if
Right.
it's script and print mixed together. There's a reason for this. Listen to your ascended master and your angel, and do it. There's no
Yeah.
shortcut in this. All right, Joey.
No, you're absolutely right. The nudging was already inside me. That nudging
Okay.
was already inside me.
Perfect,
You're absolutely
Joey.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
We'll tell
Bye
you.
for now. God bless you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We've got to go to our phone lines, and I got Bobby. Bobby's in Coconut Creek. Bobby, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Presence of the angels around you. I've got Archangel Uriel around you, Bobby. Are you talking to the angels?
Yeah, I've been, of course, talking with my favorite, which is Ariel.
Ariel,
And,
Uriel, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I've been having some dreams that, like, sometimes it's like a recurring dream about my wife, Charlie, who passed 2.5 years ago.
Mm.
And it's because we were having some problems in our relationship, and I just want to make it right. And in the last time I had this recurring dream, which was a little over a week ago, she gave me another chance, and yet in this dream I wanted to move to Charleroi, Pennsylvania, of all places. I know it's symbolic of something, but I woke up and I just felt so depressed, and I'm like, what am I going to do about these dreams? Like, how can I stop having these dreams? And, you know, I'd like to be able to communicate with Charlie, and, you know, I just don't like these dreams of where it's like I know she's dead, and then she comes back, and then I wake up and she's gone, and it's just like, you know.
So did Charlie die in the springtime, please?
March 17th of
Yes.
23. Yeah, close
Yes,
enough for government
springtime.
work.
So she's showing me flowers. So that's what makes me spring. And the first thing that Charlie wants you to do here is she needs you to forgive yourself, right? You're carrying on too much blame with yourself, and you're not forgiving yourself. And you keep making a choice that is different from what you believe you should do in the dream, but it's only because you feel such heaviness and guilt that you keep almost punishing yourself, and instead of just not leaving, you leave. Okay? Now, she's also showing me water. So was there a lake or a river or something near you all at any part of your marriage here that was important to her?
She used to fix my water for me, like to drink it. Like she, for a little while, was putting like Sweet and Low and lemon in my water. When I was drinking the water, I used to drink like 32, 64 ounces of water a day, and she would, you know, put the lemon and Sweet and Low in it to make it taste a little better.
Yeah, because she's showing me water, so I don't know what she means by that, but she's showing me water. And she's also showing me this beautiful, plot of land, and it's almost like a field. And she's showing me this field, and she's showing me it's definitely not a Florida land. It seems to have some kind of hill in the energy of the land. So she's taking me there, and she wants to go for a walk. So what that makes me feel is that she wants you to go outside and go for a walk. And I know we don't have a lot of open fields or hills here in Florida, but I want you to go for a walk, and I want you to talk to the stars, and I want you to talk to her. And I want you to tell her everything that maybe you feel you should have, would have, could have told her that you didn't tell her. And I want you to tell her that you apologize for missteps, and you understand that you may have hurt her, and you understand that you feel hurt as well, and that you want to release her of this story, and you release yourself of this story, that you forgive yourself and you forgive her, because you both were two people who came together to be in love, who then had to overcome your individual wounds, and it created conflict. And this conflict created division and didn't allow you to stay in the flow that you might have both liked to have been. So now you have the chance to redo it in the spirit world. I bet if you earnestly, heartfeltly, of your soul, talk to her and talk to the universe and ask to be released of this storyline, and forgive yourself and her and say everything you want to tell her. You might have done parts of this, but as I was just saying to Joey, don't just do it partly. Do it completely. Go outside, walk, talk, release, ground yourself. And in the grounding of yourself, you will find that there's a sense of peace that comes over you. And then you will know all is well. And then I believe the dreams will stop.
And which stars should I be talking to?
Whatever stars shine above you. We don't need to look for a particular constellation. Just look up at the sky. It's a great, vast, beautiful sky, right? And as you look up, like if I look up right now, even though I can't see the stars, I see the ceiling, but as I look up, there's just this vastness, this white of the ceiling here, but you'll be looking in the vast darkness, and you look for the glimmer of lights, right? And somewhere in the stars, in the stardust, is her spirit, because her spirit, right? We are returned to stardust. We become just a vaporized energy that transcends to a higher realm. And she is in a different frequency, a frequency that's all around you. And I know if you listen to Stacy in the 8 o'clock hour, that the positioning of a lot of the planets and this retrograde, a lot of people have been having very vivid dreams, and lots of people in the dreams, very busy dreams, very dreams that are retrospective. So you are in this place of clearing out old energy on an energetic level, planetarily, right? You're clearing. We're going through a shift, all of us, humanity. And it's your time to close out this chapter, forgive yourself, so that you could be at peace. I hope this has been of help to you, Bobby.
Yeah, and that's, I could just say, like, hello, stars. Hey, Charlie. Hey, guys, I want to talk to you. I want to clear out this stuff, you know.
Right.
I just want to forgive myself, and I want to start anew. Archangel Ariel, and now you told me Uriel is nearby.
Yes.
Hey, guys, would you help me with that? And also, maybe this gets into my last question.
All right, so pause for a minute. So let me interject something for you. So
okay.
Ariel, right, and Uriel, okay? Ariel, Uriel, they have similar energy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's this energy of male and feminine energy. So I think it's so appropriate for you now because you're working with this male feminine conflict within yourself, right? And if I were you, if I were talking to Charlie, because I hear from her that she loves you very much, okay? So I would start with, hey, Charlie, it's me. And I know you're somewhere out there in the vast sky, but I want to tell you that I love you and that I never meant to cause us any conflict or hurt you. I was doing the best I could, as I know you were doing the best you could. And I want us to be at peace. And I forgive myself, and I forgive you for your part. And I want us to be able to both move on. I'm still here in the physical, so I need to find my way here in the physical, but I know it's time for you to move on in the spiritual. And I want you to be free of whatever ties you down here. I would start with something like that.
Okay. All right, I can do that. And
and what's your follow-up question?
All right, my follow-up question is, the other day I was at one of our local stores, and I bought a stainless steel onyx. It's a red onyx. Being that I'm totally blind, I'm not sure what color things are, but a friend of mine told me it was a red onyx. It's a stainless steel red onyx ring, and I was wondering if Ariel has anything to say about it, or if Charlie or anybody else in spirit has anything to say about it, what I can use it for, what will it do, will it help me? Was that a good choice?
Yes, it is a powerful ring that is filled with power and passion and purpose. It's got fire, and we need to light a fire under you so you can get moving with life, right? Because you're feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant, a little lost. So now is a time for you to move forward, and for you, Bobby, to just trust that the universe has your back, and that this ring will almost be like your spirit ring, your spirit power, right? Like a lot of spiritual people, we have spiritual pieces of jewelry that we wear that are like our power pieces, right? So,
yeah.
Right. So I have a ring that I always wear, right? And it has special meaning to me, but it's almost like a shield. It's like a powerful piece. So this will be your power piece, and it will bring you much, much assistance. We appreciate your listening to the show, Bobby. Thank you so much. And yes, since we are so close to Thanksgiving, I will wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and talk to the angels and talk to Charlie. She's most certainly with you, and she's surrounded by flowers and springtime, so I know that she's at peace.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
All right. Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. We've got to go to Jupiter. I've got Chrissy, and Chrissy is in Jupiter. Chrissy, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well, Chrissy. Good to connect with you. Have we spoken before?
No.
This is your first time calling?
Yeah.
Perfect, Chrissy. So when I look at the energy around you, I hear the song "The Winds of Change Are Here Upon You." So this should be a year of some twists and turns, and it's a time for you to embrace change and not let things take you by surprise. If things are needing to shift, the universe wants you to make a shift so that it doesn't get shifted on you. I feel like this year of 2025 has just been a year that's kind of prepared you to make changes in your life. What is your question for us here tonight before we have to go to commercial?
Yeah, thank you. It was just more of I'm dealing with some legal stuff for a couple of years now, and the end result just came a couple of days ago. Wasn't the outcome I wanted, and there's another chance to possibly another route to go to, and I just don't know if it's worth the time and energy and money to do it if it's not going to give me the outcome that I want.
Correct. So it did not go in your favor at this time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's unfortunate because I feel like something was missed there, and so that may be a reason why you might want to pursue it coming from a different angle, right? Another legal step. But it's been a rough 5 years for you. And this is a time for you to let things go, and it's time to let it end. It's not worth going through everything because energetically and emotionally, it's going to be so much for you. Besides the money.
Okay. Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I just have one question. You did mention a bunch of changes and lots of things leading up to the end of this year for a change.
Correct.
Do you see me moving?
That's one of the changes, not by the end of the year, but coming into 2026,
Yes.
2026 offers you an opportunity to move. It's a redesign time for you, the second half of 2026. So moving is one of the changes that is part of this shift that I see for you. Everything's meant to be positive. That's why to drag a ton of bricks with you from this legal matter that kind of ate you alive and then have it fall in front of you and trip you up, why would we want to do that, right? So we don't
Agreed.
want to. We
Yep,
want to
I
let
agree.
it go, leave
Okay.
leave the bundle of bricks in the past and move
Yes.
yourself forward. All
Absolutely.
right? All right. Well, we thank you so
Okay,
much,
perfect.
Chrissy. How did you hear about the show?
My mom.
Well, thank your mom. I'm so glad to connect with you. And we're here every Wednesday night, so we'd love to chat with you again. All right? Bye for now.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Write that number down. If you're cruising down the highway, then I know you can't. But just remember that you can call in here to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. Facebook friends, let's gather our questions up because we're going to be talking to you right after we talk to Stacy Holler, who's going to rock us around the astrological clock in our 8 o'clock hour. And if you're on hold, I've got calls in Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Lake Worth, Hollywood. Guess what? Don't go anywhere because Stacy's going to give us the update and we're going to get to you as well. Join us, join the conversation, everyone. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a land, there's a land that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WQAM 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the true oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
There's a land It is the answer now, and we can see love grow. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside.
Yes, indeed.
of
Yes, yes, yes. There's a light, light, light right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we're so glad to have you joining us right here on the True Oldie Station. And we're welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. And we're going to be visiting our friends on Facebook and YouTube in just a minute. So don't go anywhere, my friends on Facebook and YouTube. I heard Facebook had a little snafu, but we are back up on Facebook. So for our friends on Facebook and, of course, our friends on YouTube, we're with you as well. So we're going to take your questions and comments there. But first, we're in a retrograde. We're in a Mercury retrograde. And what happens when planets are retrograde? Well, we leave that to the astrologers to tell us. And we've got our friend, Stacy Holler. She's here, and she's on the line, and she's going to be sharing with us what this month of November is going to mean for all the astrological signs, and maybe even a little bit of the impact on the world as some of the planets seem to influence humanity, and kind of prep us for what December is going to bring. She's not going to tell us December because she wants to come back in the beginning of December and give it all to you. But I'm going to tell you that I'm sure she's got some interesting stuff to share with all of you regarding, and I say stuff because I feel like the universe is just shoveling it out all over the place. And some of us feel like little ducks in a shooting gallery. So we are going to go to Stacy Holler, who's calling into the show. She calls in the beginning of every month to give us our astrological report for the month. And because I wasn't here last Wednesday, we're a few days late, but we're here. All is well. Stacy, how are you tonight?
I'm happy to be here. And yes, we are all experiencing quite an intensity. And yes, it is going on, but your intro was the perfect prescription. So as I was listening to you, I kept thinking, this is how we're going to get through this. So it was the great message. Now we're going to see where in our lives it's affecting all of us. Yes. And I have to share with you, when I heard you talk about this too shall pass, me being a child of the 60s, I thought of George Harrison, and all I heard in my head was Let It Be, because I was a Paul McCartney fan.
Yes.
But it was the same message.
Same message.
But that is how, we're all feeling it. We're not alone. We're feeling it individually and society-wise, and I always say it's because we are part of society, so nobody's imagining this. Yes, right. It is very intense. But that's why we need to talk about how we're going to go through this. Change is inevitable. If we weren't here to experience change and everything was stagnant, there sort of wouldn't be a purpose for us to be here, right?
Right. Absolutely. So, Stacy,
so you
tell
want to
us
take
what's
a look
going on.
at
Yes,
what's happening,
give us an
huh?
overview first, if you could. Like who's retrograde? What's on first? I don't know who's on second. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we are pretty much in retrograde season. You know, we're going to talk about the Mercury retrograde because that's our personal planet. That's communication in our life. But on top of it, we're going to talk about Jupiter going retrograde on the 11th, yesterday. And we have Saturn in retrograde, and we have Uranus in retrograde, and we have Neptune in retrograde. So, yes, those outer planets, that's society. That's the bigger picture. Those are the slow-moving evolutionary planets that are all in retrograde. That's where we're feeling it in society. The Mercury retrograde, it's kicking you-know-what for all of us. I think most of us felt the retrograde in the shadow before it even went. And it started on the 9th, this past Sunday, and it's actually going to change signs as we go through the retrograde. So we're going to talk about, for each of us, it's going to hit us in 2 different areas of our lives. So that's the area that we are meant to reassess. But I think, Sarah, to what you were talking about and the big changes we know that are coming next year, all these planets, outer planets, are in retrograde through the end of the year. This is a preparation. Retrograde means reassess, go inside, take a look, plan, don't move forward, get your bearings, figure out your next steps. And as you were talking about, this is going through next year, this is a time where we need to stop and prepare. So what's interesting is that the new moon, which we'll talk about on the 20th, which is a very supercharged moon, it's conjunct Mercury, and it's got a grand water trine, so it's pretty powerful in Scorpio. That sets a new 6-month cycle. But when we talk about this, realize that that occurs during the Mercury retrograde. So do your planning. Don't move forward until the retrograde is over. But all the energies are telling us to stop and look inside. And don't move forward until you have an understanding of where you need to move forward. That make sense?
It does make sense, yes.
So we just need to know where we need to learn and grow and be prepared. But really, you're not alone out there feeling like, what the heck is going on here? We really are feeling it all in a big way. And I think it's a call to action, and this is the time for us to plan what that is. And as always, go inside. Listen to your gut. All your true answers come from there. So maybe you want to take a look at where everybody else lands around the clock and what they need to pay attention to?
Yes, I think we need to rock around the astrological clock, and you always tell people to not just listen to their sun sign, but if you know your rising sign, pay attention to that as well, because it really gives you some really good insight. I have found myself that when I listen to both my sun sign, of course, which everyone listens to, but then I listen for my rising sign, it's a great compliment. And sometimes there are periods where the rising sign is actually more applicable to what I go through in that month than my actual sun sign. So Stacy, before we rock around the clock, can you tell people how can they find out their rising sign? What would they need to do? And maybe you might be able to shed some light on that. Let's just talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, Sarah. I am one of those people, too. I'm a Capricorn, but I'm a Taurus rising, and horoscopes tend to favor Taurus to be more important to me, more accurate for me. So, yes, your rising sign is all contingent on the exact time you were born. That's why when you get your natal chart done, a birth chart, you always want to know the time you were born, because that tells us what sign is on your first house, really. And your rising sign represents what you represent to the world, how people view you, how you see you. It is a core, basic part of your personality. So when you read a horoscope, a lot of times it touches that for you, who you are as a person, and that information is very, very pertinent. Your sun sign, in general, is for you the day you were born, and it is very common to everyone. So look, that's born within your sign, your month. So do pay attention to both. It can be tied to the time of day you were born, which resonates more with you during the day or at night. So pay attention to both, and I think you'll quickly see which one you want to read. But I say always read them both, like you do, Sarah, right?
Oh, yes. I swear by both of them. So, all right, Stacy, let's take them around. Let's rock around. And what astrological sign are we starting with?
So, well, we'll start at the very beginning. I'm in a very musical mood tonight, obviously. So let's start with Aries. Now, the Aries, the Mercury retrograde starts off in your 9th house. That's the house of media, travel, studying. Plan a trip. Don't go to any place new, but if you want to go back to a place you were before, it could be great. Nothing new. Now then, Mercury retrograde for you moves into your 8th house on the 18th. That's shared resources. That's intimate relationships. You want to assess any debt, maybe plan to get that done if you have it. And the retrograde, everyone, does end on the 29th. But most of you know from listening to us, there is a shadow period. We still kind of feel the energies for around 2 weeks afterwards. Not as strongly, but if you really want to clear the retrograde, wait for 2 weeks after the 29th. Now, you just had a full moon, Aries, in the that was on the 5th. That was in your 2nd house of money and values. You might have seen something move there. But the new moon for you on the 20th is in your 8th house. Now, you're going to see a pattern, everybody, where the Mercury retrograde ended up is the same house where your new moon is. So the message there is plan. So for you, Aries, shared resources, even intimate relationships. It's a time to reassess what do you want to do in those areas, but don't move forward till the retrograde is over. Taurus, the retrograde for you starts in your 8th house of shared resources and intimate relationships, and then it backs into your house of partnerships. So Taurus, the focus for you is partnerships, committed relationships. So with Mercury retrograde there, don't be having those heavy conversations during this time. If you want to have that heavy conversation, wait till the retrograde is over. The full moon for you was in your 1st house of identity and who you were, but the new moon, that's also in your 7th house. So Taurus, for you, this is a month of reassessing relationships, planning what you want them to look like over the next 6 months. But don't do anything yet. Gemini, the retrograde for you starts in your house of committed relationships. So again, watch how you deal with that's business and personal. Retrograde is not a time to have any heavy-duty communications. Then it moves into your 6th house. That's all about work and routines. So your schedules might get screwed up a little bit during the retrograde. The full moon for you was in your 12th house. That was this past one. Maybe some insights you got that day in your 12th house. And the new moon for you on the 20th, that is in your 6th house. So refigure out your organization, your daily habits. If you need to get on a diet or go to the gym or whatever you need to do, that's going to be a 6-month plan. But don't join a new gym till after the retrograde is over. Cancer. Retrograde starts off for you in that 6th house of organization and health, so pay attention. Then it moves into your 5th house, and the 5th house is all about creativity and romance. So you get out and meet some people. The new moon for you is also in your 5th house. So if you meet somebody new during the retrograde, just hang out. Don't move so quickly yet. Think about it, plan for the full moon, and then go forward. Then the relationship could blossom. Leo, the retrograde starts for you in that house of romance and creativity too. Now for both of you, when retrograde is in a house that has to do with love or romance, you could get old lovers returning to you. Somebody pops back up in your life. Doesn't mean you were meant to be with them, but they might pop up. Then, Leo, for you, it moves into the 4th house. That's all about home and family life. So watch out for careful conversations there too. The full moon for you was in your house of career. Something might have happened there for you, but the new moon coming up is in also your house of family and home. So think about what changes you might want to make, conversations you have, what you want it to look like, but wait till the retrograde's over. Virgo, the Mercury retrograde starts off in your house of home and family. So you're hearing, make plans, don't do anything. You might have some issues in your house. Maybe you're thinking about a renovation. And then it moves into your 3rd house. The 3rd house is your neighborhood, communications. So double whammy communications, dot your T's, cross your T's and dot your I's, be careful. The new moon for you is in your 3rd house. That is of communications and neighborhood. It could also be your siblings. What new chapter do you want to start with them? Now, Libra, the Mercury retrograde starts in your 3rd house. That's neighborhood, communications, siblings. Then it moves into your second house of money. Watch your money, the second half of this retrograde, Libra. That's where you want to be very careful. The full moon was in your 8th house. That was about shared resources. But the new moon on the 20th is in your second house of money. So the message for you, Libra, is plan what you want your money situation to look like in the next 6 months, but be really careful until the retrograde's over. Scorpio, the retrograde for you is in your house of money. So right now, check, make sure there's no errors going on with bank accounts or scams or frauds. Be careful. And then it moves into your first house. And that's about your values and your identity and who you are. The full moon for you was in your 7th house of relationships. You might have had a should I stay or go moment. And the new moon for you is in your first house. So it's all about who do you want to be over the next 6 months. Sag, the retrograde for you starts in your first house. Your identity. Maybe you want to go get a new hairstyle. I wouldn't do it until the Mercury retrograde is over. But then it moves into your 12th house. So it's very introspective for you. You're really doing some internal processing. The full moon was in your 6th house of fitness and everyday life. But the new moon for you on the 20th is in your 12th house. The message here, Sagittarius, is introspection, closure, healing, let it go. Capricorn, the retrograde started off for you in the 12th house. That is the house of healing and closures. And then moving into your 11th house of friends. Maybe friends will appear from the past. Maybe an old networking group reaches out to you. The full moon for you is in your 5th house of romance and creativity. Maybe something came to a conclusion there. And the new moon coming up for you is in your 11th house. Again, new collaborations, new projects, connections. Don't start it till the retrograde is over, but who you want to be with in the next 6 months. Aquarius, it starts with you in your 11th house. That's all about technology, friends, plans. Old friends might pop up for you too, but really watch your technology. That could go a little haywire. Then it moves back into your 10th house. That's all about career. Don't make any career moves, but plan what you want it to look like. And then when the new moon comes in your 10th house, start putting into action your vision. Have the vision, wait, and then put into action. Pisces, the Mercury retrograde for you starts in your house of career, so things might go a little awry, or you're not hearing back about the job or the interview. Just hang in. You'll go a little crazy. Then it's going to move into your 9th house. Maybe that trip you're planning, something goes a little nuts. Remember what Sarah said, this too shall pass. And the new moon on the 20th for you is in your 9th house. So you might get a little blips going with travel plans, but plan what you want to do over the next 6 months with the new moon. And then once this month passes, in the beginning of the year, put it into action. So you could see for everybody in your sun sign and in your rising sign, there's a theme in your life where you're being called to take some introspection and do some planning so we could weather the storms that keep coming our way, which is what we're going to be doing.
Well, there'll be some storms for sure, but I know that this will pass and that all of us are going to be asked to grow over these next few weeks and reflect on what's not working for us. And if I could give anyone advice, I would tell you to stop pushing things that don't work. Like, people don't want to let go of things that aren't working. So let go. Let go, let God. Let the retrograde give you that pause to think, to reflect. And if something gets boggled up, as Stacy said, could happen to many of us, don't take it so crazy. Just work through it and know that December will bring us a better month, right? So thank you, Stacy, so much. For those of you listening, if you'd like to learn more about Stacy Holler, you can go to destinyinthestars.com, destinyinthestars.com, and there you can find out how you can get your birth chart so that you can find out what your rising sign is. You could talk about the meaning of your sun sign, and then, of course, explore all the other planets and their placements in your chart and how they impact you at this very moment. So go ahead and visit Stacy at destinyinthestars.com. I know that you'll enjoy your session. Stacy, as always, we appreciate you. You've spent yet another year with us, and next month will be our final month of the year, so we want to thank you, and we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. We give you much gratitude for all that you've done for not just those who are listening on the radio, but for our Facebook friends and some of the clients that I have been able to refer to you. We are very appreciative of your authenticity and your professionalism and your great astrological wisdom.
Well, Sarah, I'm just very grateful to be part of your community, and thank you so very much. You know, people look at us and we share what the universe wants us to share with them, but we're in the same boat with everybody.
Yes.
So I feel very much part of the community and very grateful to be here. So thank you, and I look forward to chatting again next month.
You got it. All right, Stacy. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. I really want to pull a question from Facebook before we go to commercial. So hopefully we can pull up the questions from Facebook, and then I want to jump on the phone lines because we've got a lot to cover, and I have a lot of people that I'd like to talk to tonight. If you're on hold, don't hang up because I do want to get to you. And let's see, can we pull up a question on Facebook before we go to commercial? Let's see here. Ashley, she's like, hey, Sarah, please, I feel lost. Need help navigating the next steps. Please advise. You know, Ashley, this is a very expansive time for you, and it's really a time that you are meant to tune in and tap into what you can capitalize on. And I know you're feeling lost. It's because you're feeling overwhelmed, and you're actually not giving yourself enough credit. I'm hearing from Spirit, so I'm telling you to take the one thing that brings you joy and make sure you do it every day. And then as you do the activity or the experience that brings you joy every day for even just a few minutes, sit and be still and you will become inspired. I know that you're getting ready for a lot of change, and change can be scary, but allow the changes to come because you are incredibly strong and you can do anything you set your mind to. You're very versatile. But because you have this duality in your personality, you're always questioning and second-guessing and overthinking. You need to stop, girl. You need to stop, and you just need to focus on what is most important and brings you joy, and then everything will begin to transform. Ashley, we want you to keep us updated. I do see more money coming for you in 2026. And I do feel that you're not going to feel as lost. So hang in there. The retrograde may feel like you're on a roller coaster these next few weeks, but things begin to turn the corner in December. Thank you so much, Ashley Farron, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more before we go to commercial. Let's see, who do we have here? We have anybody? We've got Mark Daniels. So Mark Daniels like, hey, it's Mark Jordan, and he says, hey, question, when do I leave or get let go of my job in the power lines? Can I pinpoint the week or the day? You know, I do know that this is coming to a close. If I had your information, what I see here is that this is a time for new beginning, and your birthday opens up a pathway of fresh starts and new beginnings. That does not mean you get let go or done by your birthday, but I do feel that it's coming, and I do feel it will be by the end of the year. Most likely, I don't know, somewhere around the second week in December. They may try to have it be the week before Thanksgiving. I just feel like it's a week or two before the holiday. So let's take a look at that and just work yourself in the direction of what does Mark want to do next. And Mark, write down what you want your life to be like literally write it on a piece of paper. I am the man who has a new job and new opportunities, and this is what I'm doing. And as you do that, see yourself being abundant and see new opportunities coming to you, and it being an opportunity that will bring you joy and happiness. I feel like you weren't so happy where you were before. Thank you, Mark, for your Facebook question. We appreciate you following the show. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to rock around my phone lines, and we're going to do rapid fire questioning. So if you're on hold, think of your question and give me your question, and we're going to go right to your question, and we're going to open a spirit. We're going to go to your question, and then I'm going to give you your answer, and we are going to get to as many people as possible. I'm going to see if I can clear the board before we end the show at 9 p.m. So stay with us, everyone. Let's see what I can pull off. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
for you, and you called me. Every
Soul's got a story, and we are here for all of you live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And we are going to answer your questions at 866-972-7247. And let's take a look at who we've got here. I've got a little echo is what I've got here. Let's see here. I've got to go to Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. Let me go to Cecilia in Fort Lauderdale. Cecilia, how are you doing today? Are you with me, Cecilia? All right. So that means we're going to go to Claire in Pompano. So we are rocking around this clock here. Let's see if we've got Claire in Pompano on the line. Claire, how are you tonight?
Hello. Good, thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome, Claire. We want to have you ask us one question so I can answer it, okay?
Yes, I want your advice. I had injection for my back and hip pain, and it didn't work. So another doctor said he wants to see me for other injection. Do you think it will work this time?
That's a great question. So, Claire, did you call the center today as well and speak to someone?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah. So Andrew told me that you were going to call. So I'm so glad that you called. Thank you so much. Is this your first time calling the show, Claire?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I called a couple of times before.
Okay. So, Claire, let me tune in here and see. I feel like it cannot hurt you to get another injection. It's worth a try. I am not feeling that it's going to solve the problem. Did you go to an osteopath? That's a different type of doctor, because I feel like something in your hip is out of place, and we need to put something back in place to help remove the pain or lessen it. You see, that in conjunction, along with an injection, could be the answer for you.
So I have to see an osteopath.
Osteopath, yes.
With the injection before.
The injection before or the osteopath first? I guess it depends who can get you in sooner, right? But see if you can get a referral for an osteopath.
I have a lot of pain.
Yeah, I know.
My pain is excruciating.
Yeah, I know it's excruciating. That's why I don't think the shot is going to fix it all. I feel like something is really out of place, and we need to see if we can get it back in place. But a lot of, I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, but, there's a lot of procedures that have to, policies. We have to try this before we try this, and then we can go to this. So it's not like they're willing to do much else for you until you do what they say. But I don't know that it's going to bring you relief. I'm not getting from Spirit yes, you'll be all better. I'm not getting that. Maybe a little relief, but not much. That's why I know there's something else you have to do to help yourself, Claire. We're sorry that you're in so much pain, Claire, and we send the healing angels to be with you, and may Archangel Raphael touch your hip and bring you the healing and illuminate your hip with light so that it can eradicate and remove any density or arthritis, anything that is out of alignment, misaligned in that physical area of the hip. May it be filled with light so that you can feel better. All right, Claire, thank you so much for calling. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. What the Spirit can tell me about myself?
Well, we're only answering one question for this minute, honey, because I have to go to the other callers, because I want to get to everybody who's on hold before the show ends. But you can always call us back, Claire, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're going to go to Lake Worth. I've got Cynthia. Cynthia's in Lake Worth. How are you tonight, Cynthia? Are you there, Cynthia, in Lake Worth? All right. So now we're going to go to Hollywood. I've got Tiffany on the line. Tiffany in Hollywood, are you there to ask your question with us tonight? Tiffany? All right. So let's see here. Let's try Cynthia in Lake Worth one more time. So I still have her on my call board. All right. So now we want to go to Angie. Angie is in Naples. Angie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Sarah. I was hoping you were getting to me.
I'm pushing through, honey. I'm pushing through. For all of our people listening, 866-972-7247. I'm committed to get to as many people as possible. So, Angie, what is your burning question for us tonight?
My burning question is, me and my sister met this interesting individual over the weekend, and I feel like after meeting this person, my psychic abilities really increased. It's like the weirdest thing. I kind of feel like I'm in like a matrix or something. I don't know.
Male energy?
Yep.
Okay. Well, they have a lot of spirit guides with them, and their spirit guides connected with your spirit guides to kind of bring you. It was like a weird encounter, right? It was like an unusual, unexpected encounter. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's a past knowing. My guides are telling me it's a past knowing. The two of you knew each other in a past life, and it was the reunion of your spirit guides coming back together. Having known each other in a past life, your spirit guides used that opportunity to connect you and your sister back with this individual. So it was just an up-leveling of energy for you.
Oh, wow.
We're going to see this person again?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a one-time encounter, and I don't know. It was definitely different.
Well, God uses, your angels use, your guides use people to be who are of a particular frequency to come into your energy to shift you and to shift energy so that you can be in this high vibration. And so they were bringing you a frequency increase through this person so that you can be more aware. It's like the veil lifted, right? So suddenly you can see. You know, I hear that song, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Right? So you can see all obstacles in your mind, right? So you could see them like kind of fading away. So suddenly things are clearer, okay? So this is what I see here. Conduit of energy.
Okay, because we were discussing it, and I'm like, do you think he's like an angel? Like, what do you think he is? And
Just
she
a higher
was
vibrational
like,
being
I don't
than
know.
you're used to dealing with. Higher vibrational person than you're used to dealing with. Kind of like when I met my teacher out in New Jersey in a computer store, right? That was definitely an unusual experience. But from that first encounter, that conversation, you know my story, everything changed for me and took me down a whole different path. In this case, it was just somebody to up-level you so that you can be more in alignment, so you could be a better manifester and attract things that are meant for you, and you can kind of see beyond the illusions of life, Angie. So everything happens for a reason, and I know this person was, yes, something like out of the matrix, but it most certainly is beneficial for you. All right, Angie, thank you for your burning question. Give my best to your sister. All right.
I will. I just wanted to say real quick, we did give him your information. We were hoping he was going to call tonight, because he had a lot of questions of his own, and he's going through a whole different kind of thing, and we tried to explain some things to him, but I said, Sarah Spiritual can really hit the nail on the head for you, so hopefully he calls into you soon.
Well, yes, if not tonight, another night. What is his first name?
His name's Christian.
Okay. So we'll look for a Christian. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you for referring someone to the
Thank you,
show
Sarah.
and, of course, following the show. We appreciate your loyalty to the show, and I wish you, your family, your sister a very happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
866-972-7247. And from Naples, Florida, I got to go to Atlanta. I got Pamela on the line. Pamela, do you have a burning question for me? What's going on?
Nothing too burning. First, I wanted to say thank you for our session a couple weeks ago. I truly, truly appreciate you, and your guidance has brought me a lot of peace. And then I guess the question, I'm on the fence about holidays. Will I be going home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, like up where I was born and raised, that area?
I don't know about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Possibly Christmas. That window of time seems better for you. Why do we ask the question?
Well, I have a ticket to go back for Thanksgiving, but it's so fast approaching that I just wasn't sure if I would love to get up there. I haven't been back in some time, and I'm just not sure if it's the right time to dedicate.
Yeah, it's not the time to travel if you don't have to. I know many people have to, so obviously it's unavoidable. And I know you have a ticket, but there's a lot going on in the airlines. And also we're in retrograde. So you take what's going on in the airlines and add a shake and bake retrograde. Our Susie homemaker oven is blowing up, right? So we don't know what's going to happen, right? Everything's all out of sorts, right? We're going to have the cake's going to be lopsided. Something's not coming out right in the trip, right? So just follow your intuition.
Quick
I really
thing.
feel it's better for you to wait later in the year. Yes, go ahead.
And same question. The person I was going to stay with said, well, maybe I'll come down. And I just heard what you said about Mercury retrograde. Okay for them to come down or just, stay put?
If they're willing to come down, if they want to, that's possible. I don't feel, you're asking the question for you, and I don't feel like it's good for you to travel.
Got it. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Pamela. Thank you so much for your call. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you. And we appreciate all our friends on Facebook and YouTube who are watching the show. We appreciate you sharing the page, sharing the like, sharing the love. If you'd like to have a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, you can go to sarahspiritual.com. There you'll find all the information about the different sessions that I have and how to connect with me. You can do an in-person session at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, or you can also do a phone session or a video session. We have that option there. So go to sarahspiritual.com. We're going to go to our next caller, and that caller is in Connecticut. Tammy, where are you here? How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty good, but I wanted to know if you see me making a moving out into another place.
Okay, let me take a look at that here. Well, it's actually the perfect time for you to make a move. According to your energy, this year is all about change, and 2026 brings about a move. It is an important time for you to make a move. So
Okay. Go ahead.
It would be beneficial for you to make a move. It would be for your best and highest good. And I do feel like it'll go easily. Maybe not as fast as you'd like it to, but I do feel like it's going to go easily. And I don't see any reason to worry. Just a lot of stuff to pack.
Yeah, just packing that we got to do.
Absolutely.
Because we had to get a hold of my father-in-law's brothers, where my father-in-law used to work at the firehouse.
And I'm sorry, I'm not following the comment, Tammy. Could you be a little clearer for us here?
Sure. We actually had to get a hold of my father-in-law's brothers, where he used to work. That came out last week, and I feel like our place is not safe to live here. I mean, with the codes and stuff.
Well, then you're going to move. And I told you there's nothing to worry about. Everything's going to work out for you, all right? And I feel like you'll get the assistance that you need to make it happen. It'll be in its perfect time, so you'll have to stay there for a little bit. You most likely will be there through Christmas, so it's not for you to worry. So I don't see you rushing out into the street. I feel that you'll be safe for this period of time. I feel that your daughter and granddaughter will be safe as well. So I don't see any reason to get panicked over it. I know it's abrupt and unexpected, and I know you weren't expecting to move. But from what I see, it's something that's going to work out in favorably for you, and you will have a new place.
Okay. In what month do you see me getting a new place?
I don't have a definite time. When you first asked the question, the first thing I heard was February 1st.
Okay.
Which, if we think about it, is 2.5 months away. I'm sure it's based on availability too. So, and I know there's paperwork for you to fill out. So go ahead and start doing your paperwork.
What's the paperwork involved?
What one would have to fill out to make a move and get approved for the next place and have them line it up for you. There's quite a bit of paperwork. How could you say what paperwork, Sarah Spiritual, if there's papers? Nobody moves without papers.
All right. Oh, I know that.
So get everything in order. Get your ducks in order. Make sure you have everything ready to prove income or whatever you've got to prove. So that you can, pass whatever criteria they have for you, and everything will work out for you.
Okay. Does my father-in-law have any messages?
No, we're just asking direct questions at this time.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not tuning in to the other side here as we're getting ready to end the show. My goal was, Tammy, to get to everyone on my board, and a couple of people weren't there. But I'm very happy to say that we got to the end of the board, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
All right. We wish you the best in your travels and your change, and we wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving, and know that your loved ones on the other side will be with you at the Thanksgiving table. So be sure to raise a glass and acknowledge them, because they're in love and light, and everything is going to work out. We thank you for following the show, Tammy. Good. We know you've been following us for a while, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And glad to have you here for our 790th live show. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a nice night, Sarah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Well, another show has come and gone. And here we are on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Grateful for all of you. 790 live shows sharing your stories. This show is and will continue to be always all about you. Your thoughts, your actions, your inspirations, your times of need, your loved ones, your guides, your angels. We are here to navigate life together, because we have to be there for each other. And I was sharing with someone earlier today, I said, if it wasn't for the kindness of the stranger that I met, who was my spiritual teacher, I don't know where I would be today. So when I get ready for the show every week, my main desire is to be that guide, that mentor for some of you, that kind stranger who gives you a word of hope and upliftment, some kind of inspiration that helps you navigate whatever you're going through. And together, we're forming family, we're forming community, and we can change the vibration of an entire planet by coming from a place of love and helping each other. Because what the world does need more of now is love. And if you're overwhelmed, as we began the show talking about feeling overwhelmed, feeling the world's gone crazy and you don't know where to go, just let it be. And know that if you release, let go, let God, and breathe, and tell yourself, remind yourself that this too, whatever this is, shall pass, and peace be still. Say that before you go to bed. This too shall pass, peace be still. And you'll open up a portal of love and light and a connection with your angels, and they will help you through the toughest of times, because no matter where you are, no matter how difficult things are, you are never alone. We thank you so much for sharing time and space with us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, right here on the True Oldie station. We appreciate you. Good night. God bless you. And we'll see you next Wednesday night for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
To open everyone to love. Help me hold the answer we are looking for. Love me open up.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WQA